Right here. If you want to dominate on offense, then you need more than just general knowledge about screens. Let me show you exactly what a hard screen in basketball really is and how to use it to your advantage. I'm Coach Charlie with Attack Basketball Academy. And as a premier basketball player development coach, I have trained thousands of players around the world on the physical skills and drills needed to dominate offensively on the court. So in this video today, I'm going to show you what you ought to know about screens, specifically hard screens. Next, I'm going to show you the secret trick to setting a hard screen to stifle the defense every time. Last, I'm going to show you how to use your hard screens to put fear in your opponent's heart. And on top of that, I have a bonus that I'll give to you, but only if you stick around until the very end. Let's get right into what you ought to know about screens, specifically hard screens. First of all, what is a screen? A screen is a blocking motion that's legal, not illegal, right? A blocking motion that's legal where you can actually place your body on your teammate's defender's body to slow them down, right? And it's all about gained advantages. So imagine me turning to the side. This ball was a defender. I have the right to give this ball a step, but I can also stay still. And now this ball as a defender has to make an either or choice. Either they're going to go above or below my screen. They can't go through my screen. And again, my screen, the purpose of it, objectively speaking, is to help my teammate create extra space, to free them up to make a play for themselves and others on the team. That's the purpose. What's illegal about the screen is if this ball is actually in motion going over the top of me and I literally step with 1 foot out and I impede their progress, I can't move. Once I stay still, that's why I said I want to give them 1 step, right? May not be directly on them, right? But I want to give them 1 step. Now they have to make a choice. But that choice they're going to make is going to delay them. It's going to delay them a half a second, which in basketball, a half a second can be the difference of up to 7 to 8 feet of space. So imagine you setting a great screen for your teammate, and all of a sudden, they're 7 to 8 steps ahead. Now there's a long closeout. Now the person guarding you, they have to switch because this person in front of you, you go this way. Now you understand how to score, right? You understand how to set solid screens and also score from those solid screens. All those S's, my goodness, right? But you get the point. So a hard screen, right? What is a hard screen? This is when I set a solid one. Here's this ball. I give them a step, but now here's the positioning. When they are stationary, they're not moving. Now I have the right to close out on this spacing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my sternum, the middle of my chest, directly on their shoulder. I'm going to go right to their shoulder, right, where they're turned sideways. Imagine me coming up, setting a good screen, nice and wide, right, boom. My sternum in the middle of their shoulder. Now again, that either or choice is that much more difficult. That's a hard screen. A hard screen is not when they're moving, you can hit them. A hard screen is you go right to them and make it tough for them to get around that. They got to go up or they got to go down. But again, you're buying your teammate what? Up to a half a second. You buy them a second, it's a wrap. That's 14 or 15 feet of space, and you all are shooting all the shots you shoot in practice because the defense stands no chance in that. They're going to overhelp too much. Before I tell you the secret trick to setting a hard screen to stifle the defense every time, I noticed that you're not a subscriber. I develop premium basketball players, and we have a lot of information on this channel. I roll out 20 new high-quality videos every month to help you. So you may want to be a subscriber. Click the subscribe button. Now let me show you the secret trick to setting a hard screen to stifle the defense every time. And there's a specific way you want to set the hard screen, right? You want to be certain that your body is still and you have your body angled and positioned properly. And the key to this is to make sure that the screen is legal without running over the defender. So let's use our imagination. This ball represents the side of a defender's body. I'm going to stand here. This is the defender's right side of the body, right foot, right hips, right shoulders, right side of their head. First trick I'm going to do, I said it earlier, I kind of gave you the secret away. I'm going to give them one step. So instead of being flushed on them, I'm going to give them one step. That's a hard screen. Why? Now mentally it's hard to read. I'm not close to them, but yet I set a solid screen. Why? Because again, think about what this person has to do. Because of how wide I am, their inside foot, hip, and shoulder is right next to me, still lined up, sternum, my middle of my chest, to their right side. They now have to make a decision. Either they're going to go over the top of the screen, which again, that's about a half a second, or they're going to go below the screen, which again is a half a second. With that being said, the mental hard part about this is now it gives my teammate to keep their eyes on their defender and now make a choice that's simple. If I set a solid screen, my teammate was right here. Now, this person that goes over the top, all my teammate's going to do is simply go down below. The defense goes over, my teammate's going to go under, and basically, essentially, they rejected the screen. And all of a sudden, if anything, my defender has to pick this person up. If not, my teammate's wide open. Second, the defender decided to go under the screen. I gave them a step. My teammate came off of my screen. They went under. My teammate's going to stop right behind me and pop out right there. That's called a flare cut. He saw the read from the defender that was in position that went underneath it. He's going to use me as a shield and flare. All he's going to do is step out. The defender's buried now. If I have any awareness, all I'm going to simply do, guess what? The same thing. I'm going to turn and give him a step. I've shielded off legally my teammate's defender, and they have a wide open shot. And what may happen is that my defender now has to jump out, right, to help. They may be out of control, closing out. Now we may have a two-man game going down, okay? Now I may have a mismatch, and I just might try to take him and bury him underneath the post, okay? That's how you set, one, a hard choice screen. Two, how you set a hard screen. Now, right side of their body, I flush myself on their body. But I want to flush myself on their right side with my sternum again only when they're standing still. I can't do it when they're moving. I'll be called for an illegal block. But when they're standing still, I want to tack step to them, and now I give them no space. Because they were still, I shrunk their space, I ate their space up. Now they have no chance. They got to call for help or a switch. Now, because if they call for a switch, if this is the person guarding me, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to become the second cutter. If my teammate went high, right, and he calls for a switch, I'm going to go low. I'm going to split the difference. The person that's picking me up is now behind me. Okay? If my teammate went low, they call for a switch. Okay? He's here, right? What I'm going to do? I'm going to pop high to the basketball. He's now where? Still behind me. Look at what I may have. Okay? That's how you set a legal hard screen two ways, right? Hard choice on them if you give them spacing, either or over the top or below, or no spacing at all. They have to call for help. Now that you know the purpose of a hard screen and the specific way to set one, I want you to comment below with pick to let us know you are ready to use your new knowledge from this video to set a hard screen on the court. Go ahead and drop pick in the comments below. Now I'm going to show you how to use hard screens to put fear in your opponent's hearts. See, you want to make your defenders think twice about getting hit and create separation for your teammates. See, the average player, you got to think about this. They say the average NBA guard gets hit 60 times a game on ball screens alone. That's amazing. So think about if there's somebody setting really solid screens, giving them a spacing like I did, but you got to make an either or choice or no space at all. Wow. That's daunting. That's challenging. But that's what you want to do. You want to be very consistent at how you set the screens, right? Making them make a hard choice by giving them space, knowing they got to go around you either above or below, but you're buying your teammate a half a second to a second, which means that 7 to 14 plus feet of space because we're adding that second up, that other half a second. Or you're flushing, bang, where they got to call for help. The key is to be consistent. How you set the screen. That's the key. Because again, your created advantages, whether you're on or off the ball on screens, will create gained opportunities for you. Because now S3 is in effect, right? And coming up, I'm going to show you an S3 drill. That's where you learn to screen because your person had to help you slipped to the basket or away from the basket to what? Score. I want to show you a quick S3 drill, right? I can pretend, right, whether I'm a big or small doesn't matter. I'm setting a screen. It was solid. I gave him space. The defender decided to go under. My teammate went over. My man had to help, right? He went high. I'm going to go low. Bang, boom, layup opportunity right there, right? I can put all that in the screen. Screen, roll, bang, layup. S3. I set a screen, can do a pop-up. I can set the screen, boom, boom, boom. Right? Slip, pop, I pop, shot, bang. S3, right? Anywhere on this court, set it back screen, open up, fake shot, boom, spin, pop shot, right there. Simple S3 drill by myself. Very simple drills I can do. Keeping in mind having an S3 mentality because when you set a screen, you want to always become the second cutter. And as a second cutter, you always want to put in your mind, you want to slip to score. Whether you're popping out away from the basket to shoot, or make a play on the perimeter, or roll to the basket to punish the defense every time. Let's keep the momentum going with that bonus I mentioned earlier. We covered a lot in this video. I want to make sure I'm really helping you out. So I'd like to offer you a free guide that covers all the must-know basketball principles and in what situation to apply them. This is a powerful guide of best practice tips and skills empowering you to take charge of your game. Just click the link in the description below and you can download the guide I put together as my gift to you. And enjoy it and keep attacking.